These pills are the exact same thing, and only one of them did not come from the same bottle at the same moment in time. The following is a remake of 3 separate experiments, all designed to see, does what you store a supplement in, where you store a supplement, and how you treat it affect the efficacy and the shelf life of the product. While there is some overlap, you will note this does make a very, very big deal. Okay, so let's say you spend all this money on a high-end product. The one I'm using for demonstration, this is a company, Thorne Research, that makes a very high-quality product, doesn't use fillers. This particular product, Neurochondria, is full of a lot of very high-end stuff: phosphatidylserine, R-lipoic acid, active folic acid, active B12, and things that actually have very high antioxidant properties, but can go bad very quickly as well. So you've been taking this supplement for a while, it's expensive, and if you look here, this is not a new bottle I've got. I've probably had this bottle for about 6 weeks to 2 months, and then we just pour out a capsule, and you can see here they're just these kind of light yellow capsules. And then over here, and I covered over the name of this company because it's not to trash them per se, this is just a cheap little container for plastic. There's many of these kind of things out there. And we put our supplements in them for convenience, for when we travel, and just for day to day. So here I open them up and I've got some vitamins in here. These vitamins that you'll see right here, this is actually the exact same product as this. Now that has been in this container for about a week and a half to 2 weeks, and you can see a significant difference. So there's 2 options here of what's been going on. Again, this is high in antioxidants. Whenever you add heat and light and air to something, it's going to oxidize, and that's ultimately one of the things that's going on here. However, this has not been in a lot of heat, it has not been in light, it's been sitting in a normal room. So the other thought of what's going on here is actually that the plastics, because we know that plastics can actually leach out into the chemical and into other products, the plastics are actually leaching out, causing this to actually go bad faster than it normally would. In fact, not to mention, so not only am I not getting the benefit anymore of this product that you spend a lot of money on, but also the fact that it's probably actually becoming toxic. So something that you're taking might actually be a detriment to you. The second experiment is probably the most telling and most significant of the 3, as it was done over a 2-month period of time with supplements in multiple places, multiple containers, and you can see the outcome from the beginning, what happened. So first we'll show the outcome, and then we'll discuss it a little more. To recap, what we're doing is we're looking at how much does a container affect what happens to a supplement. So our control in this experiment was the Neurochondria, which I'm taking out of my bottle number 1, which this is in the bottle, hasn't been touched as it is with all its little stuff that goes with it. Look at this, I got little hairs everywhere apparently. Number 2, this is in Miron glass. This is supposedly a substance that can hold things better than anything else, and we're going to put that there. Number 3 we had was the travel container, which you already knew was pretty toxic and shitty, and we'll see if it affects there. Just by looking at it, it already appears that it did denature. Number 4, this was the glass bottle, which I just kept on the counter. So that's on the counter, is what that was. Number 5, I put this is winter time. But I put it in the windowsill, so it got a lot of sun, even though the temperature, and you can tell that's pretty interesting. It looks like a completely different substance at this point in time. And then another one sometimes we have is in the fridge, and this was in a old Neurochondria bottle that I just kept in the refrigerator. So here you can see the differences between them. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And essentially, you can tell that they've definitely denatured to different levels as according to what's happened to them. So the one thing I'm going to add now is I got another bottle of Neurochondria, which actually was just recently opened. This is one I've been having myself just for my own edification. And we're going to open this and show you what that is. So we actually have added yet another control. One is the original control that's now 2 months old. Another is a very recent one. And then we're going to evaluate from there. So let's remember, this is the exact same supplement over a 2-month period of time. And you can obviously see there's a significant difference in what they are. The first one to the left, we have a brand new bottle just opened. We then have the bottle that just sat on a counter like a normal vitamin if you store typically. The Miron glass on the counter. We then have a travel container, which obviously you can see has oxidized and denatured. Then we have just a glass bottle on the counter. We also have the one on the windowsill, which is probably the most significant change, obviously, and expected. And then finally we have a pill in the fridge. If you were really to pick, you obviously would pick the brand new opened one, the one that just stayed in the bottle, which means it probably wasn't opened and closed as often, and then the one in the fridge. So the final part of this experiment was regarding, does Miron glass really make a difference? And so what we did was we put at the same time 3 supplements on the windowsill, which again, this faces west. It's the worst place to ever put a supplement aside from in a car on a hot summer day, shall we say. And it really was then to see how long does this happen. This was only 6 weeks that it was on the windowsill. And again, it's a west-facing sill. So here we have the glass bottle, which we would expect would be the worst. And it looks fairly dark after 6 weeks. In an original bottle, not near as denatured. And then we had the Miron glass, which again, I'm a typical skeptic. Not sure if I always believe everything. In fact, I don't. But it was very surprising. The Miron glass obviously did keep it much better than regular glass would or the plastic bottle. So there is something to say for that. Obviously, we could do black glass or any glass that prohibits certain kinds of UV inside. So I would appreciate if you liked this video and it was informative that you like and subscribe. As well, feel free to leave comments below and try this yourself. I think it speaks for itself, but the big takeaways that we've learned is buy good quality supplements. If you're going to take a supplement, you might as well buy something of quality. With that said, money doesn't mean everything. There's plenty of expensive ripoffs out there, and there's also some very cheap, good quality things out there too. Where you store your supplements makes a big deal, and what you store them in makes a big deal. You can then also extrapolate this into your life as far as herbs and vegetables and other things. Obviously, things will age quicker or less. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed the video.